Hey everybody, it's Ginger here again and welcome back. It is day 3. I forget what number video it is, but in the process of making this locket, which I'm trying to sort of document stages along the process for you, we are on day 3. It's a little after 3 p.m., so I've been at it for a while. But I just wanted to do 2 things. I wanted to bring you up to date and show you what I've done since we last spoke. And I wanted to have you join me actually for the moment of truth. I've soldered these 3 hinge knuckles. I've checked them. I had to resolder one of them. And this is the hinge pin. It's a piece of tubing, but it is going to be the piece that goes inside the hinge around which everything rotates. And I haven't checked them yet. The goal is that the body of each panel of the locket the body is made up of 3 panels that are going to rotate, right? And when the hinge pin is in place, which means all 3 of those knuckles are hooked up together, those pieces need to A, flow nicely, and B, be aligned and not be, off. So, but before we check it, because, I don't know, we're going to need a drum roll because it's a big moment. I'll start with the center. Not the center, the front panel. I have the gold vines in place, and they are soldered in and in position, only lightly cleaned up. I haven't really polished a lot, but I have cleaned everything up. So they are connected on the back like that. Can you see how I did that? So I made each vine with its leaves first, and then I soldered the ends into place. Gold doesn't conduct heat as well as silver, so I really didn't heat the gold at all when I was heating it. I only heated the silver part. So that's that piece. This one has no middle yet. That's coming next. This will be the back panel. It has just the domed shape, which you can see there. And I still have to do the monogrammed applique on the inside of that piece. So, let's see. Is that it? Oh, I wanted to show you one other thing. This is a sanding board that I made years ago. As you can see, it's gotten a lot of use. It's a piece of, I'm going to go with 1/2 inch, is that a 1/2 inch? Yeah, 1/2 inch plexiglass, which gives me a perfectly flat surface. And then I glued the sandpaper down, and I have several of these that I made out of scraps of plexi, and this one I did with double-sided tape, and it kind of buckles. You can see that. Not as effective. It works okay, but it's a finer grit. This side is coarse, and I put this one on, I think it's probably been 8 or 10 years ago, but I think it was like spray adhesive or something that I used, and so that is still holding up, which is amazing. So what I've done is I have to have these edges nice and flush. So this is kind of how that works, and it's, you can tell when you're checking it if you've got any spots that aren't quite there yet. And this is getting pretty close. The main thing is that the hinge knuckles are all flush, because otherwise my pieces would not fit together as they should. So I'm gonna move on, and let's see if they fit. So I'm going to start with the back piece, and it should be nice and tight, and that goes on no problem. This is not manufactured tubing that I'm using for hinge pin, by the way. I made this tubing, so yeah. There we go. So far, so good. Awesome. Okay, now, are they lined up? There's a little bit of play in there, which is fine. That I will take care of when I set the, what I'll do is I'll flare each end and I'll trim it, you know, really doesn't have, you don't need much. So it'll get trimmed with about that much showing, and then I'll flare that out, and with just the right amount of tension, it'll hold the three of them together so that they don't just flop. And then I'll build the bail for the chain to go through on here. And so it will just naturally, gravity will help it to hang as it should when it's being worn. I think it worked. I think we're there. I don't think I have to redo them. Yay! So this is where we stand, and like I said, next I think I'm gonna need to do a little more design work for the monogram. So I think I'm gonna work on this center panel next. Again, it's gonna have a window effect. I'm gonna set some birthstones in there representing the bride and the groom, and when it's all done, you know, you'll be able to look through this front window with the vines, see the stones, and see sections of the monogram on the back. Yep. So, all right.